Hi guys, this is Saket. Today we are going to study about a topic of physics, a very interesting topic known as motion. A lot of questions in your mind, my dear students, like that what is motion? How can we understand about the basic concept of motion? Because motion is a very simple terminology in our daily life. We aware with the term motion. But in physics, what is the meaning of motion? So, my dear students, in physics, we have to study about natural phenomena. Physics is basically a branch of science in which we deals about the natural phenomenon by the help of physical quantity. By the help of physical quantity. So motion is a natural phenomenon, and for better understanding about motion, we have to study about some physical quantity. First of all, the basic concept of motion is illustrated by some scenario. Consider this is an object, this is a marker, and I have a watch. This watch gives proper time continuously. My mean is related to time is an independent quantity. In physics, there are two types of physical quantity: independent physical quantities and dependent physical quantities, or fundamental physical quantities and derived physical quantity. Time is a fundamental physical quantity and independent physical quantity. So time doesn't depend upon any other physical quantity. But the position of this object doesn't vary with the respect of time. In this scenario, this object is in rest, is in a static state. Means if you try to understand about motion, then you have to think about rest. Rest is a state of object in which object doesn't change its position with respect to time. Is it clear? Just reverse. When an object varies its position with respect to time, because time varies continuously, then the object is in motion. An object changes its position continuously with respect to time, it means object is in motion. I hope you understand about two terminology known as rest and motion in words of physics. Rest and motion. That means rest and motions is directly correlated with time. One thing is also here known as frame of reference. Frame of reference. What is frame of reference? Suppose an object is situated on earth. This is an object and an observer is also situated on earth. In this scenario, object doesn't change its position with respect to time, hence object is in rest. For this observer observed that object is in rest state. But consider an object on other frame of reference. Consider Mars planet. Then for Mars, Earth is continuously moving, as we know. Hence, object is also continuously moving with earth. It means object for this observer which is located on Mars is in motion. That means object is in rest for this observer and object is in motion for this observer. It means there are two terms known as relative and absolute. Relative and absolute. Motion and time. Time is an absolute term, motion is a relative term. Mass is an absolute term, weight is a relative term. In this way, in physics there are two terms, relative and absolute. Some physical quantities, some natural phenomena are relative, whereas some physical quantities and some natural phenomena are absolute. Now, when an object is in motion, then what happens? Object changes its position, that means displacement, distance, the concept of displacement, distance, speed, velocity, acceleration, a lot of physical quantities arises. By the help of these physical quantities, we can understand about motion. In this session, we are know about what is rest and motion. In next sessions, we will discuss one by one about these physical quantities and develop a better understanding about motion. Thank you.